Disclaimer: the information shared on this podcast is intended for educational and inspirational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional advice, diagnosis, or treatment. We are not licensed therapists, counselors, or medical professionals, and the content shared here should not be taken as mental health, medical, legal, or financial advice. Always consult with a qualified professional regarding any mental health, emotional, or personal development issues you may be facing. Listening to this podcast does not create a professional relationship. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are their own and do not represent any official organizations or affiliations. While we aim to offer support and encouragement, your personal growth journey is your own, and you are responsible for any decisions or actions you take based on the content of this podcast. Listener discretion is advised for sensitive topics. Thank you for joining us, and remember you're not alone on this journey.
Universe of You.
Hey, Oasis! Guess who's back?
Back again.
Yup, it's us.
Dia and Arya.
Hashtag DNA.
Here to serve personal growth
With a side of real talk. This episode is brought to you in courtesy of Thrift for Good.
So for those of you who don't know what Thrift for Good is, it is a non-profit organization in UAE that takes clothes, used clothes from us and repurposes them, cleans them, fixes them, and resells them for the fraction of a price.
Really?
Yes.
Crazy.
And all of the profit made goes straight to charity, that to children
sweet.
charity. So not only are you reducing fast fashion waste and protecting our planet, but also helping children in need.
Like, imagine your one piece of clothing you think is useless is literally
Brought back to life again.
exactly, and that
And
money is going to some child who really, really needs it.
Absolutely.
So indirectly, you're like helping someone out who's really in need of it.
True. That is what we will be talking about in this episode as well. Styling, wardrobe, fashion,
Yay.
and all of that. So yes, your opinions on outfit doesn't matter, Dia.
It does.
Outfits are the first thing people are gonna see about you. So it better slay.
Yes, I mean, like, outfits really, really matter. So wherever you go, be it like uni or just some place you're hanging out with your friends, I think outfits really matter, and the way you present yourself wherever you go, because that also speaks for you.
Your outfit is what gives others the first impression about you, makes you feel confident, powerful, and that is why it is so crucial to look put together, and your clothes should represent who you are.
It's like a non-verbal way of communicating.
Absolutely.
Clothes do speak. So the breakdown for today's episode is
The psychology and power of dressing well,
dressing for different occasions,
which will include interview, networking, office and a workplace style, and casual setting.
finding your own style versus following trends.
And the final thing will be practical tips for building a strong wardrobe.
Wardrobe.
So let's start with the psychology and power of dressing well. You need to firstly understand that how you dress plays a big role in the psychology, in your own psychology and the psychology
Of the person.
of the person in front of you. Okay, have you ever heard the phrase dress to get the job, you know? Like you
Dress
already
to
have,
impress.
yeah, dress to impress, or dress like you already have
Own
the
it.
job. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all of that comes in from, you know, the psychology of clothing. Also, when you hear like, oh, you gotta dress like the it girl to be the it girl.
I don't think we are saying to be the it girl, but just to dress presentable.
True, it is, but then like that's how social media says it. So like,
As per social media terms, it's it girl, but as per just
Normal knowledge, yes.
normal knowledge is just
dress
presentable. Just to make that clear.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I've had many experience where when like, you know, if I'm more put together, people take me more seriously
Right.
versus if I am, you know, in a more casual or in like, you know, a sweatshirt, sweatpant, like nobody takes me seriously.
Again, psychology of dressing. You should know what to put together.
Exactly.
What to wear when you're going. Where you're going. That's the
Yes.
very first thing.
I think this whole phenomena is called include cognition? Yes.
Okay.
According to British Psychology Society, it is referred to as how what we wear affect how we think.
Okay.
In contrast to embodied cognition effects, which are fairly direct, the researchers think enclothed cognition effects will depend on two conditions. First, the symbolic meaning of the clothing, and second, the actual wearing of clothes.
Okay, but like this is so true though. You know, if I am like, for example, again, if I'm going for a meeting, if I'm in that proper attire, it makes me feel, you know, I'll think about that as well.
Yeah.
My thoughts are also aligned with the outfit I wear. It somehow just works, you know.
It
There's-
shapes your self-image for the day or something.
Yeah, like even like the environment you are in, with the people you're in, with the clothes you're wearing, it just aligns your thoughts, and you have a better mindset when you feel like you are put together, you know what you're doing. Rather than, for example, again, if I show up in those extra loose pajamas for a meeting, in my head I'll be thinking, oh god, I wore something that's stupid. And you know,
Yeah.
I don't have a clear mindset. I'm not able to focus throughout the entire day just because I'm not put together.
Yeah, exactly. But do you think, like, you know, it's better to have expensive clothes even if like they don't match the vibe? Your opinion on that?
Okay, I think it's us who made clothes, normal clothes, also expensive, because if you
Yeah.
see brands have labels on clothes,
Yeah, exactly.
which are just normal clothes. They just have a
Exactly.
brand label and they're sold like thrice the amount of the actual price of the shirt. Okay, the quality may be good, but it's not like that extreme level that you sell it on like skyrocketed pricing.
True.
Basic brands, you know, normal street shopping. I love street shopping. The quality is good. You get great prices. Not here in India, by the way. There's no street shopping here.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, huh?
Street shopping in India is good.
I don't think I've ever done street shopping.
It's fun, okay? My cousin took me along just because I should experience it. It's an experience. It's fun.
One day.
I like it. And even in Dubai, if you see, the thing is over here, the fast fashion.
A lot.
It is so crazy. I've
It's
seen
a lot.
so many people just continuously buy. Malls are always full, with people in the clothing areas. Shopping. Bro, reuse. Again, as we said
Yeah,
last
exactly.
time.
You have a washing machine.
Yes, use that damn machine. It's made for a reason. Come on, give it some work in life.
Yeah,
man. The poor thing has
exactly.
nothing to do except washing your clothes.
Yeah, I know.
give it its job.
Let it fulfill its purpose.
Yes, and sustainable fashion is also something that has come up. But again,
I think
like,
Thrift for Good is a good example for sustainable fashion.
it is. But just trying to understand. People say they wanna be sustainable when it comes to fashion, and they end up buying like 3 clothes every week.
How is that sustainable? Hello?
I don't understand. Like I come across a lot of people
People who claim that, oh, I follow sustainable fashion.
and they shop every week. I don't understand how does that contribute.
I know, right?
And whereas you see Thrift for Good, look at them. Just look at them.
Bro,
I
they
love
have-
it.
I swear to God, they have like clothes from like Zara, H&M, Forever 21, all of those stores.
Initiatives like Thrift for Good exist all thanks to the fast fashions, because people are buying so much and they don't have space in their wardrobes. What do? They either
Exactly.
they throw it off, they donate it, or like Thrift for Good.
Yeah.
Imagine that person has spent like so long to earn that money and like get it, and you get it like quarter of the price. Bomb, man. Bomb.
Yeah, for real.
Like this is a game changer.
Yeah.
I mean, till date, actually, every year on my birthday, whatever I have, like my old clothes or clothes which don't fit me, I donate it to an orphanage.
That's really
It's-
nice, mashallah.
They kind of know us because we have been doing this since a lot of years. I mean, you know, seeing those kids being happy with a piece of clothing, it just brings a genuine smile
It's
to
very
your
rewarding,
face.
yes.
It feels like an achievement.
True.
You get blessings from them.
True.
It's a wonderful feeling.
Indeed,
It's
it
a
is.
wonderful feeling. I love this feeling, and I try visiting those kids as much as I can,
That's really nice.
and maybe get something for them.
yeah.
It's nice to see how they hold so much value for like a very little item.
Yeah.
I just feel grateful and blessed that I have the opportunity and the honor to actually make those kids happy.
True. Now let's move on to dressing for different occasions.
Woohoo!
And let's start with interviews because, come on,
We are all in the interview era.
Yeah, we have to like strike a balance between professional but also personal, because the whole point of the interview is to get to know you as a person and see if you would fit in the company. So there's no point of faking it, even when it comes to dressing. So yeah, but the one debate comes, I want to ask you if you have noticed this or not. When it's like a more corporate field, you know, like a proper, I don't know, a sales company, a finance company, or a company more so like that, okay? Versus if it's like a more creative field, like, you know, advertising, marketing,
Fun
or those
field.
agencies. I wouldn't say fun, I would say more creative.
Creative.
Because if you're genuinely interested, even the other fields will be fun for
That's
you.
true.
Yeah. So more in the creative field, I have seen a staggering difference in how people dress. Like when it's more of those corporate fields, like everybody's like suit and tie, proper blazer shirt, all of that. Versus in the creative fields, you have a little bit
More casual.
liberty. You have worked. You should have better opinion on this. What do you say?
So yes, I've worked both in the creative and the fun field, I would say, and the not so fun field.
Honestly, I find the other field fun as well. So like, to each their own.
I mean, again, it depends on us how we take it. For me, both the fields were nice. I enjoyed both the creative and the corporate. Corporate, for me at least, when I was working, the colleagues I had in the office were like a little older to me. So they were like at a senior position than I was, and I was just an intern. So when on the very first day, I dressed up like casual because I wasn't sure. Like,
Yeah.
what should I dress up as? And then slowly I started like understanding that, oh, I mean, they are a little older to me in terms of experience and age. And that is how I see them like suit up and everything. So just to, you know, match the energy and the aura of the company, even I started dressing up a little like more formal than casual. So more like semi-formal kind of. I didn't like suit up and all. Like, no.
Crazy.
I mean, it's a little hot too in Dubai, so I don't think I can. And I'm traveling through the metro and all, like the public transport. So it's difficult to put up so many layers. It's difficult to hold on.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the creative field, again, it's fun, okay? Because the place where I was working for the longest, we didn't have a dress code over there. So you could come up to however you like, as long as
Okay.
you look presentable
Okay.
and you are focused on what you're doing. You can dress up with anything, everything you like. So that was like the one peak era where I was like experimenting with clothes, you know, and like
that's nice.
mixing, matching bottoms and tops, and the fact that I actually found great combinations from that mix and match, and a few of them like I regret.
I understood that.
Okay, I mean, they didn't look bad. It
You
was
just
that
didn't
they
like
didn't
them.
match it didn't match my head. How I added in my head.
Okay.
Okay.
It did like how it looked in your head did not look
It
in
did
real
not
life.
look like yeah. So again, it really depends on which field you're working. For which field are you interviewing as well?
Yeah.
It depends how you dress up. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying like all of us should have like 10 different colors of suits and 10 different colors of this and that, so that you can go in that proper 3-4 layer attire. Rather, I would say like let's invest into one formal shirt, like for example white. Subtle color, matches everywhere. Again, so invest into one formal shirt, one or two, up to you again.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you can mix and match, and like at least if you're just trying for interviews right now, you can reuse that one shirt.
Yeah.
Until you don't get it.
Exactly.
It's not like a one-time wear any which ways.
Exactly. And then once you get it, then based off of that company,
Again, you
can
can
then
decide.
exactly, because again, different companies will have their own dress code and things like that, so that has to be taken
That's
into
what-
account.
Even for me, it took me a time. I got into it, I got in the company, then I understood what the style is, and then I dressed up myself according to that level.
Yeah. Moving on to networking events, I genuinely feel compared to like your workspace outfits, your interview outfits, networking I feel is like one where everybody looks the most polished, the most
True.
well put together. I have never ever seen a not put together person in a networking event.
Everyone tries to be like at their best
Yes.
when they're like, because again, you're meeting other people, you're meeting new people, so you don't want to like, you know, present yourself in a not a bad way, but like in a lower way.
Yeah.
You want to always keep yourself at the high level.
Exactly. And it's also like, workplace or interview or things like that, your top half or your shirt could be really good versus your plants don't necessarily match, like how you said, right?
Not gonna lie, shoes also represent you. I mean, this is something my mom also mentioned like a while back, not a good while back, that people first see your shoes and then
Good.
they see you. I mean, you as in your face or like then your how you're dressing up. But shoes is something
Same.
everyone looks up to first. So my mom would always, tell me, or my dad especially, that keep your shoes clean. So whenever I would go out, I'd come back home. First thing he's like, just brush your shoes and keep them clean. Keep them clean. Keep them clean. That's all they would say. That's something they look up to. And your shoes represent a lot of you, of how you are.
Yeah.
Even though it's just footwear, people think I just want to like wear and roam around, but
Yeah.
it does matter.
Color theory, bro.
Oh
Color
my
theory
God, color-
is such a big thing because it's an actual psychological theory given by Carl Jung. And he basically says that colors are the mother tongue of subconscious. And oh my god. Okay, let us like actually tell you what a few of the colors represent in both like, the positives
Positive
and the
and negative
negatives.
side.
So blue usually represents tranquility, authority, wisdom, stability, all of those things from like the good side. Versus on the flip side, you have sadness, cold, depression.
I still remember back then in school, this is one example I want to talk about. English class, okay? And our teacher is like a little bit of poetic person. The textbook line mentioned the guy is sitting with blue curtains on.
Oh, I remember.
You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, and my very first thought, okay, blue curtains, nice
would
color.
look nice, yeah.
Until my teacher is like, he is depressed.
And I'm like, madam, he just has a good color choice.
He is feeling lonely. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just blue curtains.
Yeah.
Come on. Coming back to the theory.
Yeah.
Again, red shows in love, excitement, warmth, romance. And on the other side, it's like rage, blood, aggression, danger.
Yeah, because like all the signs like that are...
Stop signs are all danger.
Exact-
Red because
Yeah.
they're dangerous.
Yeah, and McDonald's also uses the red color because food...
That is a different thing because red has a longer wavelength.
Yeah.
And it can be seen from far. That's why
Yeah.
even traffic signals are red. So that with brands and like again McDonald's as a brand, they have different reasons or theories behind why they have used that
Exactly,
color.
but again, when it comes to the red in the dress,
In a dress,
you will stand out. It's like people will be easy.
It's a
like,
pop of
yeah,
color.
Exactly.
Seeing these colors, I remember Inside Out 2.
Yes!
So-
Inside Out comes from this theory itself.
That's like one of the best movies I think we can talk about when it comes to colors and color psychology used over
Yeah.
there. How they show different emotions, have different colors, and how they resonate with each other. I think one of the best movies for color theory.
Absolutely. There's actually a lot more when it comes to the colors, and it will be posted on our Instagram. So make sure to check that out. Let's move to workplace now. They already talked about workplace styling when it comes to, corporate and creative. Now, we all know that every company will have their own dress code policy. But what I have noticed that the older, more bigger MNC corporations have a more stricter dress code policy versus, the more newer millennial Gen Z startups. They're more so like, be a bit more comfortable, but be more productive. That's what they say.
Right, yeah. They see
Yeah.
comfort.
Yeah, because they believe when you're comfortable, you can be productive. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true as well. Not gonna lie.
I mean, for me, it works the flip way. When I am like in a power suit is when I'm like the most productive.
Again, the power suit also has to be comfortable for you.
Yeah, it's comfortable for me
As
because I
long
love
as-
it so much.
As long as anything you wear is comfortable for you, it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Like if somebody told me to sit in sweats and do something, like I will not get that work done. Sorry.
Again, it has to align with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but there was this one more thing as well, dressing for promotions. So I just heard of this, like dressing for promotion. And I jokingly just like asked my dad, like, Dad, is that a thing? Like, just heard about this. Okay, I expected him to laugh back and be like, nah, just people spreading rumors online. He looks me dead in the eye and be like, yes,
That's
it is.
true.
You need to up your game if you need a promotion when it comes to dressing. Like, you could be well dressed your entire career, but if you need a promotion, dress up. And I'm like, But yeah, just had to put that out there as well. And moving on, we have the last segment in this, that is casual everyday dressing and confidence. Guys, we all know our outfit will impact our confidence.
It does.
So what about days when you have low self-esteem, and I don't know, the days before your periods or the days of your periods when you just want to stay in your pajamas?
Just like a low day.
Yeah.
You don't feel like doing anything. I think all of us come across that day at least once a week.
Once a week, wow,
At least.
crazy. Okay.
No, you get drained after a while. You need a chill pill. You need to relax for some time.
True. But here's the thing. What if you still have to go to office that day? Or what if you still have some plans that day that you can't cancel? What do you do? Like you were in pain yesterday night. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, like Dia is literally the living example right now over here for
living
this.
example. Wow.
You're alive, shush. Okay? She was not feeling well yesterday night and we were about to cancel the recording of this episode. Okay, and then she literally jokingly said, I'm gonna just show up in PJs. I was like, okay.
Now, I wasn't lying. I actually wanted to show up in the most comfortable pajamas I ever find in my house. And jokingly, when I said yesterday as well, I'll come up in my pajamas. Today morning, Arya was like, do you want me to get my abaya for you?
Yeah.
If you actually showed up in your pajamas. And I was like, I just said that in a very sarcastic way. If I could, I would come in pajamas, but no.
Yeah.
I need to be in that mindset. So I am dressed up pretty well today.
Yes, you are. I love the color, by the way.
Thanks.
That's what happens when it's what's it called? Power of effortless styling. It's you keep it simple. You don't overdo it, not overdoing it.
Minimal.
Exactly. You throw something on, but you just put just a little bit of makeup. Just even if it's just lip gloss or something like that. You just add some jewelry just to tie everything together, and it just takes something simple to a little bit more presentable, to the point that you yourself just feel better.
Good about it.
Yeah.
And for guys, it can be like a belt maybe, or just styling their hair well,
Yeah.
having a chain on or something. Some jewelry. Boys do have some really great jewelry
Yes.
pieces.
Oh my god, men's jewelry, chef's kiss.
They're really, really good.
Yes. Moving on to the next segment, we have finding your own style.
Versus following trends.
Yes.
I hate social media for this. I hate it. Influencers who also have this thought of fast changing fashion, or they don't repeat outfits, just wear once kind of thing. They don't realize it, but maybe indirectly they are influencing this to the people who are just following them, seeing them. It's not a really good thing, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. I absolutely do not support fast fashion in any means. Yeah, you could like a piece of fast fashion that's there, but I wouldn't say that you just buy it just because it's a trend. Buy it because you
want
truly like it and you see yourself wearing that for at least a few years.
And not because that person who you are influenced by wore it, that is why you want the similar piece.
Yeah, exactly.
If it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel comfortable, then go ahead with it.
Your style is what truly matters. They have their own style. They are not you, you are not them.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And I think that TFG really, really comes into a big play here when it comes to fast fashion. We've already mentioned it before. And I would like to tell you a little bit more about Thrift for Good. So Thrift for Good are a charitable pre-loved clothing stores in Dubai with currently 3 branches. They rehome pre-loved items to reduce waste and raise funds for children charity projects all around the world. They donate 100% of their profits to support their project of local non-profit Thrift for Good.
Their clothes, shoes, bags, accessories, and books are in perfect quality for men and women at a price you can't imagine. You are guaranteed gonna find treasure while switching to a sustainable clothing option and giving back to children in need. Universe really supports Thrift for Good, and we also have this one code which we would like our Versies to use. And the code is, again, it's Universe of You. Every time you make a purchase from Thrift for Good, just mention this code to them, letting them know that you came from Universe.
And every time you purchase, we will be donating a dirham on your behalf to help the children. Yeah, but again, I found really good pieces in Thrift for Good as well. There was this one blazer. Love it. Still wear it. I love that piece. And it really helps you find some really, really cool pieces over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I always love restyling my clothes
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to shop so much. I try restyling or redesigning my clothes. So again, I also have one blazer. It's like a lot of strings around it. Okay, so it's like a very fashionable blazer. It's not like the corporate
Okay.
blazers
Oh,
you
okay,
wear.
okay, yeah.
So it looked too plain to me. So I just went up on Pinterest and YouTube and tried like understanding how can I change this into something that's more of today's trend, or that's something that looks better.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how beautiful that looks right now. It has like
Mashallah,
white pearls
mashallah.
around it and like a few stitches on the border. It just elevates my look, right? That's what I'm saying. Like restyling, redesigning is possible. This is like a hobby. I think I found a new
That's
hobby,
nice.
and it's fun. It's not like it's boring. Imagine you can style your own clothes and you can make your own clothes. And
That's so fun. It's such a nice skill.
Yeah, when you wear it and you go out and for example someone asks you from where you get it and you're like,
I made it."
I made it. Such a big flex.
I know, right?
It's
Crazy.
It's a skill I feel all of us should
Have.
learn.
Yeah.
It's
Truly.
fun.
Truly. And finally, the last segment for today is finding our own styles versus trends and making a practical, strong wardrobe. That's of your style. Now, the one thing that I would say, like for my style, the things that I have or the things that I want to incorporate in my wardrobe, because I have figured out what my style is, and the moment that I figure out, it will at least last me another half a decade more.
Wow.
I'll stick to that style because I know what I like and I don't like a lot of things.
Because your style will also represent you,
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
keep on switching styles, people will think that, oh, you have an unclear mind.
Yeah,
You're not
exactly.
sure about what you are.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So my style, what I know so far, what I like, and from what I've noticed is I have a very polished, old money, kind of like the kind of things that I like, and I try to replicate those kind of outfits. So for me, if I ever had to build my, capsule wardrobe or forever wardrobe, I would have, blazers, but not like those vibrant pink blazers.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have more, neutral blazers,
colors.
navy blazers. I will even have a maroon blazer because I love royal blue, navy blue, maroon, burgundies. I love those colors. So I will
love them too.
absolutely have those ones. Okay, obviously I'm gonna have like chinos in many styles, a white button up, a little oversized, the blue and white striped button down, that one. A good midi skirt that I could wear to events, that in a solid color, that's not printed or anything. Blouses that could be, that's not too skin tight, but at the same time they are not balloons.
They're
Semi-loose or stretchy pencil cuts ones. So then the tight on tight, I do not think I'm gonna be that
the
comfortable.
proportions do matter. Like
Yeah.
either your top is tight or your bottoms are tight.
Yeah, exactly.
1/3, 2/3 of your proportions have to be like
Yeah, exactly.
manageable.
Yeah, what about you though?
With me, I wouldn't say I'm sticking to one specific style. I may have 2 to 3 styles which I wanna like mix match around. But I'm more into dresses than two-piece outfits.
Same, yes.
So my wardrobe currently as well, I think it's 70% of dresses and the rest 30 is like tops and bottoms. Yeah, and I think my essentials in my wardrobes would be like plain shirts also, which are in like 2 to 3 colors like black, white, beige. So they go underneath and everything.
Yeah.
So if I'm wearing like a jacket on top or something like that, so it matches it all. Then I have I'm more into square pants right now than skinny or straight fits. Again, with tops, look, I really like dressing up simple. I do not like over accessorizing myself, so I just have my basic silver. I'm a silver person, so I have my silver platinum jewelry. I am into gold. My earrings are gold,
Yeah.
but the rest of my body is silver platinum.
The rest of your body is so bottom as if you are yourself a robot or something, girl.
Did you get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I do not like. I mean, there was in one era where I was into accessories. A lot of accessories. I would like 2-layer chains, 3-layer chains, multiple bracelets, and then a lot of stuff, rings and all. But right now, it's like just one ring, one watch. Right. So, but yeah, my wardrobe is gonna have like a mix of stuff. So it's gonna have, obviously we're girls, so we're gonna have skirts, a little
Yeah.
longer length, ankle length, knee length, frill one, straight cuts, side cuts. Yeah, so slits, like not like very deep slits and all. Yeah, and I have like I have short dresses as well as I have long dresses, and they go perfectly for corporate and creative
Yeah,
if you
that's
like
nice.
style them,
Yeah,
layer
yeah.
them up.
Yeah.
So I think I am on my dream wardrobe, you can say.
I think the only thing missing from my dream wardrobe is sundresses.
I love off shoulders,
Yes.
off shoulder tops and dresses.
Yes.
I do have a few, but like, and again, I mean, as I mentioned, comfort really matters. And again, as I mentioned again, that I dress up very simple. I prefer dressing up simple just because it's good.
Yeah,
It's
works
just,
for you.
it's just nice. It makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel confident. But just an example, today morning as well, when I was coming to uni, I saw these bunch of girls who were like a little, you would say, extra dressed according to university. Like
Freshers.
maybe I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but the very first thought that came into my head is like, oh shit, do I look underdressed? The very first thought. It's a human nature. I
Yeah.
think all of us will get that first thought. But then immediately my second thought cut off the first one, saying that no, I am comfortable in what I am
Exactly,
wearing
absolutely.
right now. This is the most comfiest outfit I think I can pull up today. And I was just telling myself that, hey, look, I'm not wearing those heels which I'm struggling to walk in. I've seen so many girls, they wear because the other one is wearing. Just to compete with them. Why? Because she's wearing, so I
crazy,
gotta wear it too.
crazy.
And I've seen them, end of the day, they'll be walking barefoot with their heels on their hands. Why? Because they can't walk in that.
Hey,
so
hey,
don't
hey.
copy others. Like, you see your comfort. If you want shoes, wear shoes. Who's stopping you?
Hey, weird thing, but I love wearing heels. But maybe because I'm so used to
Yeah, so-
heels that the sneakers just not work for my
Yeah,
body
so
anymore.
you're used to it, you're fine with it. You're not like, you're not doing it because someone else is doing it.
Exactly.
It's for your own comfort. So, again, I mean, I wanted to share this because I'm very sure every one of us right now are in that stage where we see others and we try to like, imitate or go with the flow. 2 people, 3 people are doing it. I should also. But I would always say, stand out. Why do you want to blend in?
Yeah, true,
Like,
true,
just stand
true.
out.
Yeah.
And see your comfort first. Be it any trend, be it anything, everything. Comfort is your top priority.
We talked about our fashion, our female input.
Uh-huh.
What about men's fashion? Now, we're not equipped to give advice on that. That should purely come from a male perspective. But what I can say from Pinterest, okay, guys, this
I love Pinterest.
This information purely comes from Pinterest. Okay?
Pinterest, hit us up.
Yes, please. So I would say if I was a guy, and if I had to create a timeless wardrobe, again, my style is, old money. So I would go with
Old
that
money.
aesthetic. Yeah, exactly. So I would go with Ralph Lauren shirts, Laura Piana, I think that's how you pronounce it. That one. Those aesthetics is what I would go for. Those are the styles that I would follow. Obviously, having a lot of polo shirts, I would love to have those. And some of the most, like, I think I would probably go with straight fit. I would not do those cargo pants. Like, I see so many people in uni wearing those cargo pants.
Those are extremely baggy, but like
Yeah.
to an extent, cargo pants do look good if you style it right.
If you style them properly, yeah. But it looks like you have two
Parachute.
not parachute, 2 triangles from your legs. It does not look good. And as a guy, I would not wear them. I would not wear them. So I would go more so with like straight fit pants, suits. I would have a collection of suits. I love suits. I think suits is the one thing that would look good in any guy. 3-piece suit, 2-piece suits.
Skip the skinny fashion. I think it's outdated.
I didn't see any
Like
pieces.
loose fits look much better than skinny fits.
Not that loose, because whenever you say
No,
loose,
not extra
Yeah,
loose.
yeah.
Like relaxed fits.
Yeah, relaxed fits. Yes,
Relax.
absolutely.
Hair is also one of the biggest things.
Yes, absolutely.
At least for guys. Girls do their hair. All girls love their hair. But guys, I've seen like they just get up and like they just move their hand around their head and then
Yeah.
they come. On that light note, kindly do your hair right.
Yeah, exactly. Don't look like you just woke up from bed. Even a little bit. Please style it. And again, men's jewelry can
I love
elevate
it.
any look. I love men's jewelry, and I love like when men actually know how to style it. That is genuinely such a good skill.
I love stealing men jewelry.
Same. Same. Again, men, one more thing. This is still outfits and things like that. Do not skip on skincare or grooming or
True.
any of that. Please, like, you also have to do at least some form of skincare. Yeah, naturally, you guys have flawless skin that we all are jealous of. Mashallah. But take care of it as well.
Especially men who maintain a beard.
Also seen people who grow their beard and do not take care of it at all. It like
It's uneven,
Not
not
even-
shaped well.
it's just scary. That's the only word I can give it to you. It's scary.
Arya really reminds me of Helen Keller. I remember how in one of the books I read of hers, she mentioned that it was difficult for her to read lips of men with beard because it's difficult to see lips. I mean, obviously it is. So Arya reminds me of that. Even she was scared of men with beards because she couldn't.
That is it for today. Keep glowing.
And growing.
And don't forget,
Life is a journey.
not a race.
See you next week.
We've got your back.